Oh my goodness. Surprise, surprise. We're an hour early today. And happy Sunday. We hope you had a really good Sunday and that it was very relaxing for you and that you were able to rejuvenate yourself. I just found a paintbrush and I like texture things, so I'm going to play with that. So yes, we are an hour early today because I just said we are an hour early.
Because Derek gets tired and wants to do it now.
It's true. I'm very exhausted and I start my post office academy training like tomorrow, where I learn how to sort the mail and everything like that, and I have to drive to Salt Lake again. So that's always fun, right? Anyway, driving to Salt Lake is like the worst thing, and I have to do it 4 days this week. I mean, I did it 4 days last week, so. Hello, everyone. Everyone's starting to trickle in. Jesse,
It's the notification just went
Melly. Oh, did you get it?
Yes, I get
I
notifications for our own videos.
That's fine, right? Yes, Megan, it's early. Yes, Emily, best part of your day. We're so happy about that. It's the best part of our day, too. I just kind of had like a just like a brain fart kind of thing. Well, let's fill you in on what we did today. So it's Sunday. Sleeping in for me now is like sleeping in until 9 a.m. where it used to be until like noon. I used to sleep in quite a bit, but I also used to stay up really late.
That's true.
That doesn't happen anymore. But I kind of slept until 9 today. It was really nice to rest, get some rest and relaxation that way. And then Liesl went to the babies. How were they the first time?
Good. I mostly just spent time with Ella this morning because I, first of all, forgot my labels to put on the milk, so I couldn't pump at the hospital. So I couldn't stay quite as long, but also we wanted to make sure that we could get ourselves, struggling here, to church.
Uh-huh.
So I went and I did Ella's cares, and then I did some non-nutritive feeding with her. She did really well. I actually think she probably got some milk because then she vomited it up.
Whoops.
She did really great with her sucking, though. Good, powerful jaw. I think they'll probably start being able to breastfeed probably soon-ish.
Yeah.
They seem to be doing really well. So I spent time with Ella this morning. Her umbilical cord fell off.
Hello.
Partially because she grabbed it and pulled on it yesterday pretty hard.
Surprise, surprise.
Made herself cry.
Our children are the grabbiest. They're just like, I mean, that's every baby's probably grabby.
She grabbed at it and pulled it and ripped it most of the way off yesterday, and she didn't like that, shockingly. But it ended up falling the rest of the way off. So that was her this morning. She was doing really well. I mean, Dallas was doing well too. She is up to 25 milliliters. Ella's doing 31 in their feedings. So Dallas is catching up, which is good.
Yeah.
So that was the morning. Then I came home and we went to church. And then we had my nephew's birthday party.
Yeah, Jameson turned 6 on Tuesday. So we had a family celebration today. Now, did he choose dinner? Or who?
Yes.
Okay.
He requested Grandpa's chicken noodle soup.
Loves chicken noodle soup. So we had Todd's chicken noodle soup. And then Tenica always lets them choose their own birthday cakes. This year he wanted a Spider-Man birthday cake.
I feel like he had Spider-Man last year too.
I feel like he did too. I don't know though.
He really likes Spider-Man, I guess.
Spider-Man's great.
So we had a Spider-Man cake.
Yep.
Did presents and everything.
Presents.
So
he basically got everything that he asked for from us. Every present he would open, he'd be like, just what I wanted for my birthday. It was funny.
He's great at being thankful for gifts.
Oh, he loves it. He has the best reactions.
He was so good.
Take note, all of you who don't know how to react to gift giving. Jameson has got it down. Thanks, Elizabeth. You're amazing. And then we went and saw the Wee Babes.
And then we went back. And then I did my non-nutritive and skin-to-skin with Dallas, since I didn't get to this morning.
And I hailed Miss Ella.
Dallas is also doing great with her non-nutritive. Doing a lot better than she was the other day. I think she probably also got a little milk, but she did not vomit it all up. She did have a nice little burp, but she held it all in. So.
Yeah. Yep. My Ella's blanket was kind of wet. I wondered if she leaks in from her diaper, but I couldn't really tell. It felt moist, but it wasn't. But if it feels moist, it probably was, right? I didn't say anything though. She's fine, right? She had a diaper over it, so. And yeah, the girls are doing really great.
Doing really well. They're both on 1 liter of air per minute. They're both still on the high flow machine, but they're both on low flow air.
Yeah.
So hopefully, as they start growing, with their feedings going up, their lungs will get stronger, and they'll be able to breathe on their own soon. That's the goal, right?
Yep. I got a text, well, it was a Facebook message from one of my previous coworkers. I used to work with her. And she had twins too. I got a text from her. She was asking how they were. And I was like, we're just kind of waiting for them to be able to like breathe on their own and eat and gain weight. That's kind of really all we're waiting for. So no one has any sicknesses or illnesses, or Dallas is still on her
She's
antibiotics though. So
yeah, you have to run them their course even once she's feeling better, just to be sure. So she's got those, I think, for another about 4 days.
Yeah. But for the most part, like, there's no concerns. No concerns at all. They do tend to, like, go up and down in their oxygen.
They're all over the place. Yeah. But
it's fine.
Nothing terrible.
Nothing terrible. Speaking of oxygen, let's tell you this story that
oh my goodness.
that we overheard this evening. So in the NICU, there's like different stations.
Eavesdrops.
We're the worst eavesdroppers ever.
We just want to know about all the other babies.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to ask.
No, it's invasion of privacy.
But we're all so curious.
So
we listen.
We listen to when nurses tell other parents and like grandparents things. So in the NICU, there's different stations and like sections that each baby has its own. We have 2 because we have twins, and they're separated right now.
So they're like little baby cubicles.
Yeah, baby cubicles. That's a good way to put it. So most of the babies that were in there when we came in.
2 of them.
Oh, I guess that's right.
So there's 6 bed spaces in our wing of the NICU, and 2 of the babies went home in the past 2 days.
Yeah, they've gone home.
So that's great news.
So there's been like a lot of good improvement.
We have a new baby too.
Yeah, there is a new baby. But one of the babies that has been there since we had our babies, she's doing really well. But we overheard the nurse today telling the dad that she was like, now it's my understanding that you turned off her oxygen because you didn't think she needed it. Like, what? Who?
And then he like got in this weird argument with her about how she was high satting, so that they like to keep their breathing levels between about 88 and about 96. So high satting means she goes above 96. If you low sat, you're going below 88. So he was like, well, she was high satting, and so I needed to turn it down and blah, blah, blah. And the nurse was like, okay, but she's not on oxygen because she needs oxygen.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't need the help breathing necessarily. We put her on oxygen when she eats because it helps her energy. Because sometimes it's hard for babies to breathe and eat at the same time. Mm-hmm. And she was like, so it's not a problem if she's high satting because she doesn't need the oxygen to help her breathe. So if she's high sat, like she's gonna high sat because she breathes on her own just fine.
Yeah. And that's just a type of personality that I'll never quite understand.
Because he was like arguing with her about it, and I'm like, let the nurse do her job.
Like, I'm so anti-contention that kind of stressed me out. That he was like arguing with the nurse because he apparently knew better and what his child needed. But also, don't touch machines that you don't know. Like, yeah, they come in and you see what they do, but do you really know what they're doing? No.
And what if they have to document that and you're screwing up their charting?
Documentation. So, I mean, being a parent, you worry about your child. But also, there are nurses there that know what they're doing. So you just have to kind of like trust them. So that's our story about the dad who shut off his daughter's oxygen. I wouldn't say shut it off. He probably just turned it down. But there it is. What's an infant massage? I don't know what that is.
I mean, I know that we've talked about doing the eye massages. Well, I have with the nurse.
Oh. I don't know. Sure.
To make sure their tear ducts don't get clogged.
Yeah. And our babies, they have eye crusties all the time.
Well, that's because they were getting over that infection.
Right. Anyway. Yes, Annette, I'm glad everyone's doing okay as well. But that was our day. Kitty, how long is it that they will be in the hospital? So they have told us that they like to carry preemies to their due date. So really all we know as far as that goes is June 10th. But if they meet 4 categories, they can be released early, which is breathing on their own, eating on their own by mouth, no diseases, and 4 pounds or above.
Well, just showing consistent weight gain.
Oh.
So they tell us to anticipate until June 10th, but they could go home sooner, depending on how well they're doing.
Yes. There was a question yesterday that I answered on our video that someone asked if they will release one baby and not the other. And that is a possibility. But
I don't think they will. I kind of at the beginning was worried that Ella would get to come home with us sooner because they, like, let's say Ella was ready to come home tomorrow, but Dallas definitely wasn't, then they would send Ella home with us. Mm-hmm. But if Ella were ready to go home tomorrow and Dallas was going to be ready within the next couple days, they would just keep Ella with her. Mm-hmm. So I think that we're probably safe from having just one of them come home because they're really doing about the same now.
Yeah.
So I think we're looking at them coming home at the same time.
Yeah. And they're progressing kind of the same, very similar. Serendine. I don't know how to say your name. Our baby's weights and everything is on our birth video. So if you go to our birth video, it will tell you. Same thing, Alyssa. Their weights are on.
We're not sure how much they weigh currently, if that's what you're wondering.
That's an excellent question.
I keep forgetting to ask the nurses.
Yeah,
because they chart it every night. They do weigh them every night, so I just need to remember to ask how much they weigh. It's
true. I didn't really think that you guys were asking us how much they currently weigh. I just assumed you were asking how much they weighed when they were born. My bad. My bad. Anyway, that was our day. That's our update for you. That's pretty much all we have to say. Thanks for joining us tonight. I know this was kind of shorter. We have a question. If you could go back in time, where would you go?
I don't know.
Thinking. That's a great question. Because sometimes the past really stresses me out.
That's true.
So if I went somewhere, I would only visit for like a day. I would probably go to like when America was like established.
I have no idea when I would go. That's a really hard question.
The time of the dinosaurs.
Maybe like when it was cool to be a train robber and it was considered classy. I would rob the trains.
Rob all those trains.
Somebody asked how much the babies are being fed right now. Ella is getting 31 milliliters at every feeding. Dallas is working her way up to 25. I think she's at she should be at 25 now. She was at 23 this morning. So she's getting 25 milliliters.
Yep. So that's about it. I think we're going to end this early, just like we started early. Because Liesel's got to get ready to do her pumping.
Don't be weird.
Sorry. Anyway, thanks for joining us tonight. More than likely, we'll be back on schedule tomorrow at 9:30 at night, depending on how things go. So, again, if there was a question that you really have that you want answered, leave a comment after the video processes and I will answer it for you. Don't forget to follow our social medias. Speaking of social media, I posted a poll on Twitter. So if you're not following our Twitter, go follow us on Twitter. Because I just kind of asked how everyone's feeling about these live updates.
I did see someone ask earlier when we were going to go back to edited videos. Possibly next week. Because I have finals this week and Derek's still in training this week. So probably not this week, but next week. Someone else said they miss seeing the babies in the videos. Obviously, we can't do them in our live updates because they're not home.
True.
But follow us on Facebook because
Yes.
we have posted a live Facebook video of the girls within the last week. And our Instagram has plenty of pictures. So if you're missing out on seeing them, make sure to follow Instagram and Facebook.
And we'll occasionally do a live video when we're in the NICU and everything on Facebook. So, but anyway, I asked a poll on Twitter just to gauge how everyone's liking these. For the most part, everyone's okay with us doing this. It's kind of just something that we needed to do for ourselves, so we're not completely stressing ourselves out during these 2 weeks that we're going to do this. So, they will be over soon. But thanks for joining in. And someone's knocking at a door somewhere.
I think it's the neighbors.
Oh.
It's definitely not ours.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for joining. As always, have courage.
And be kind.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.
Bye.